Listen to me. You were being careless, and you know that abortion is an option. So you go ahead and you. But that shouldn't be. But that you can't. You don't get the right to just be careless just because abortion is an option.
So yeah, what I do here is I like to chat with people about really anything, but preferably something they really think is true.
Okay.
That is the case. Something that maybe they use to act upon regularly, that they have a lot of confidence for. I have some examples of from politics, maybe something you super disagree with or agree with here.
Okay.
Or it could be anything that you want to bring up yourself.
All right, let's see.
Oh yeah, he picked the topic?
Yeah, a few contentious issues here that are, or it could be anything you want to talk about.
These are pretty good topics. Oh, you can pick one.
There are.
Okay. I've done these two already today.
Okay.
I haven't done this one today.
All right, let's do that one.
I'll do this one. So, abortion should be legal. Got to get a sense of your confidence that this is the case. Say on a scale from 0 to 100, you can put that little yellow tag wherever best represents your confidence about that.
Okay.
0 is no confidence. 100 is completely sure.
Oh,
Could not be mistaken.
Okay, I'll say
About 90%.
yeah.
Gotcha. And what gives you to such high confidence? What's the main reason or reasons why?
Okay, the main reasoning is due to rape, incest, those type of reasons is the main reason why I think it should be legal.
In some instances,
incest, where you get pregnant by another family member. Sometimes you can't have the child, but then at other times, if you do, the child will be born with deformities, different things like that. So 2 reasons why: one, incest, and also, child with deformity. And 9 times out of 10, the kid is really young. It's a young girl having to have a child. So that would be my reasoning behind.
Yeah, so if abortion was illegal,
then what?
The women in those situations would be out of luck?
Yeah, shit out of luck. Yeah, which isn't fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of any reason to disagree.
What are some reasons you've heard of that would be an objection to this? That you disagree with?
Reasons about it being legal that I disagree with?
Yeah.
About it being illegal?
What are some of the more popular objections you've heard?
Religion.
Religion.
Yeah, mostly religion.
Mostly religion.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
If you're, I think Catholic is abortions, is out of the question. So of course, someone who's Catholic is going to say that abortion should be illegal, without any reasoning behind it, just for the simple fact that they're Catholic and that's the law.
Yeah. And just to be specific, why do they care about abortion, even religious or Catholic people?
I am not sure. Why? Do you know why?
I think it's a sin.
A sin?
Yeah, I think it's a sin to have an abortion.
But outside of that, that's still a religious reason.
It's a religious cause. Yeah, it's a religious reason.
It seems like
they think that
it seems like
killing someone is a sin.
The principle is life begins at conception.
At conception.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Is that an exclusively religious proposition, or could just
other people believe that.
Other people believe that too. Not just Catholic.
Would you subscribe to that as well?
But just because other people believe that doesn't mean that they don't think that abortion should be illegal. But a Catholic, just because they believe that, they think that it should be illegal.
Even if that was true, that would not constitute a good enough reason to make it illegal?
No, hell no. No.
Okay. And why is that?
Because you still have to think about, life happens at conception, but then what about the child that's already here is gonna have that baby, and it's just a cycle. Mm-hmm. That child ends up being, for better words, fucked up from the trauma of getting pregnant, rape, a family member. What good will that child be to their child that y'all felt the need to bring into this world. And a lot of times that child doesn't get, they say, oh, we're here for you, we're going to help you. Then when the baby get here, they don't normally get all that support that this person that said you had to have this baby, you don't normally get that support. It's a lose. Either way, it's a lose, but on the other end of things, it could be a win-win and make it legal.
Okay. Gotcha. So what would reality have to be like in order for this to be okay? What would have to be different?
For abortion to be illegal?
You have to be illegal.
Illegal? I don't think abortion should be illegal because technically it's a woman's right. Personally, like I'm gonna be the one raising a child, not saying that the father won't be there. So if I'm not mentally capable of raising a child, how can you force me to have a person that I can't even physically provide for, take care of, or anything? So it should be my decision. Mistakes happen. Some people get pregnant because of condom break. Doctors when they couldn't get pregnant, they get pregnant. But if they're not ready, if they're not ready to have a child, you cannot force someone to have a child. So I don't think there's no reason why abortion should be legal. I think it's a woman's right, and you can't take that away from her.
It's a woman's choice.
Yeah, it's a woman's choice. Yeah, it's not it's not anyone's choice but that person.
And then a lot of times, some women, when they're forced to have the baby, go into postpartums, things like that, and then end up harming the child too. It's just like everybody loves suffering.
Yeah. Should it be legal for just a healthy woman who?
No, you can't.
Absolutely not.
You can't do that.
Absolutely not.
You have to let it be the choice of the individual. It should be legal for all. And if they choose to have an abortion, it should be an option for them.
No,
to have
I don't agree with that. A healthy woman who marriage and just decide, oh, this is the wrong time.
Yeah,
no,
if it's a week before their due date,
you can't.
Could they then abort?
You see,
no, that's murder.
I can't.
Oh, really?
A week before the due date?
They can't abort a week before. That's not.
You couldn't. It's a full grown.
After 6 months, you can't.
Should that be illegal?
After 6 months? No.
I think it should be illegal to get an abortion.
Adoption.
Personally, I think it should be illegal to get an abortion. Don't ask me where I get this number from. 4 to 6 weeks.
After 4 to 6? After 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
After 4 weeks.
No, I think what they have right now, I think it's 5 months.
No, there's babies born at 5 months and live.
That, but I'm saying that I think you should have the choice because you don't.
There's babies born at 4.5 months and live. Rare, but they live.
Okay, but I'm not saying that baby want to live. I'm telling you that the reason why, someone like Angela, who realized they're fighting with trying to keep a child, and you go through a whole bunch of, I shouldn't be having this abortion, and by the time they realize that they're 4 months pregnant, realize I can't do this. It's not going to work for me. Then they should have the right to have an abortion. If after 6 months,
that still shouldn't have the right to have an abortion because that's a grown ass woman.
So if after 5 months the baby's here, then you should have the right to give the baby up for adoption. You shouldn't have an abortion, but you can give your baby up for adoption.
Give it up for adoption.
Yeah, after 6 months. After 5 months,
obviously it's not okay for a week after they've been born.
Right.
A woman does not have the choice to just kill it.
You can't. No.
But a week before being born,
no, you can't
they do
do
have
that.
the right?
No, I think after 5 months, you cannot kill the child. You have
after 5 months.
After 5 months, you have to put the baby up for adoption, then carry the baby out full term, and then put the baby up for adoption.
Okay. Gotcha.
I know it came into a week. I'm sorry.
So currently 9%. Did that change at all?
No.
Okay.
It should be legal. Yeah.
What would make it go higher? What would have to be true? Anything you want to find out?
I think abortion should be 100%. She said 90. I think it just always should be legal, period.
Yeah.
Or before 5
I'm going to go.
No, I just think it should be legal. Abortion should be
legal.
legal.
I mean, it just should.
Abortion should be
based
legal,
on the based on the points.
5 months after, it's no. I won't believe it should be legal throughout the whole entire pregnancy. No.
Oh.
Yeah, that I don't believe.
Sections.
Yeah, it has to be legal up to 5 months. After 5 months, it shouldn't be legal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my only reasoning, I'm not reasoning. That's the wrong word. Only reason why I think that it should be legal is basically what I told you under the terms of rape or you know, incest, child, you know, rape. That's pretty much the same thing, because
So
normally
wait,
if
so
you
you
got
believe
raped,
that if there's a married couple and they have a baby and the wife want to have an abortion, that shouldn't be?
no.
Yeah, and
No.
I think that's wrong.
No, you okay? First of all, you're two grown ass adults. 9 times out of 10, you got pregnant basically from being careless. But you take precautions. And 99% of the time, when you take precaution to getting pregnant, you don't get pregnant. With all that bullshit like, oh, the condom broke and all that shit like that. Yes, it does happen, but it's pretty fucking rare.
Yeah, what about in those rare circumstances?
Right.
And but what I'm saying is it's pretty rare. And for a married couple, that's bullshit. They just don't want to have a baby. Don't say the condom broke. You were being
Okay, but then
careless.
she has the
Listen
right
to me.
to-
You were being careless, and you know that abortion is an option. So you go ahead and you. But that
that's your
shouldn't be.
option. But that- you
you
can't tell
can't. You don't
somebody
get the
what
right
should
to just be careless just because abortion
some
is an
people get the right
option.
to be careless but abortion is an option. That's all.
Yeah, but you don't get the right to say
Yes,
like,
people do.
oh, I can be careless and then I'm gonna go
they
kill my
can,
kid
because it's an
if I get
abortion.
pregnant. Don't be fucking
Can I tell you
careless.
something? But no, how can you say that when you have people who will have sex without a condom, without protection, because they have a morning after pill, and they'll take the morning after pill? They're being careless also, but it's okay to do that because they're not married.
It's okay.
Is
okay.
it?
Yeah, goddamn it,
No,
it is.
then
I don't change
no,
what I
then
said.
you're
It is.
saying that
If you're
because
married,
I got married at 19 years old. I wasn't ready for marriage. So if I decide I want to have a kid and I realize, you know what, I don't want to have this baby with my husband, I got married young. So you're telling me that if we got
That's not a
pregnant
reason
at
to
the
have an
time-
abortion.
No, but it's my choice.
It's not
if I
a
wanna
reason to have an
But it
abortion.
would have been my choice to have
It's your
one.
choice, but it's not a
But it
reason
is.
to
It's
have an abortion.
Is legal. You cannot tell me that
Choice
I have
isn't the
something that's
reason?
legal. Exactly. That's the whole point of abortion. It's a choice by the woman that's pregnant. You cannot tell someone because she's married that she's stable.
Do
or
you think
mentally
that they
ready to
came
have
up
a
with
child.
abortion? And I need to Google this. Do you think they came up with abortion for women to have the right to abort a kid?
They
Fuck
came up
no,
with
that's
abortion
not why they
because
came up
women
with
was back in
abortion.
the days pushing hangers in their vagina and dying, okay, in bathrooms.
And that's what they should have been more fucking careful.
And some of those women were pregnant.
Did they have condoms or contraception at
no,
all?
but I'm saying back in the days,
or
you know,
birth
the-
control.
right? They didn't,
Before
they,
birth
but that
control.
wasn't always given to everyone.
And why
you
didn't
understand?
those women want to be pregnant?
Because maybe their husband was abusive and they were scared to leave.
Okay, maybe they were raped and
No, but it
things
doesn't
like
matter.
that.
It's 'cause
So
you're
it
married to
goes
someone,
back
you
to
don't know
exactly
what
what
to-
I said.
No, it doesn't. Just because you're married does not
That's
mean
why.
No, just because you're married does not mean that you're in a relationship. You know what someone's married for. Some people are married for financial reasons. Some people are married because, you know what?
And if you're married for financial reasons, then you
What is-
don't need to be careless and get pregnant.
But that's what you say. You cannot tell someone that stuff happens.
No, that's bullshit.
I believe people have a choice.
Even if someone who is super careful, using at least 2 forms of contraception,
And they end up getting pregnant anyway.
yeah,
Because they're
would-
married, it's they have to have this baby.
yeah, should that be illegal
Let me
if
tell you
if they use contraception?
Okay, I'll tell you this. Let me say this.
Okay.
If you don't want to if you're not ready to have a child, I'm going to take you all the way back to Christ. If you're not ready to have a child, then don't fucking have sex. Don't have sex because the consequences, I ain't even going, well, it's consequences for some people, it's a
no one
blessing
should
for
have
others.
sex unless
Until they're
they
ready.
No,
want
that's
a child.
the thing. That's what is it called? Fornication. So if no one fornicated, then we wouldn't have to deal with
Are you
this.
for
But it's
abstinence?
life.
Does abstinence only work?
So you
That
might-
is the only thing that would work. That would make sense. Is anybody gonna do it? Hell no. Nobody's gonna do that. But when you put it like this, when I have sex, I happen to know that there's a possibility of me getting pregnant, so I need to be ready to take care of a child.
So-
Other people, like this one over here, think that, when I have sex, I may have a child, but if it happens, then I'm gonna get rid of the little motherfucker.
No, I don't, because I will never have an abortion. What would you
Well,
say?
not you,
I would
just
never
your
have an
just
abortion,
your
but I believe
mindset
that
behind it. That's
people-
not you
Me
per se.
personally, I would never have an abortion. but I
Yeah,
believe
no.
people should have the right to choose what they want. It's their personal reasoning.
And then I'll tell you another thing. I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with you right now. It's real. It's real, and what people don't know. And when you do it, the shit haunts you. I have had an abortion before. It haunts you.
Really?
It haunts you. It's not a good feeling, and it stays with you for the rest of your life. It doesn't go away. It's not something that you want to live with. You get what I'm saying?
Experienced it, and I wouldn't.
And that- see,
I
so-
do know
and-
that I believe.
And I
that
was young,
people-
so in the same way I feel like you shouldn't have an abortion. I was young, so it wasn't my choice. You
It
get
wasn't
what
your
I'm
choice?
But you shouldn't. But you wasn't ready
your
for a child
parents,
either.
and I wasn't ready. Yeah, I
Okay,
wasn't.
so you
But
wasn't-
if it was my choice, would I have had it? Yes, I would have
Well,
had it.
You merely were not ready for a child?
She was too young.
I wasn't ready for a child, but if it was my choice,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have had
You
it.
weren't raped or it was a
No.
case of incest.
No, she was
No, I
dating
was a
for probably
fast ass.
a
Yet
teenage-
you think those situations should be illegal?
What do you mean?
Like, are you exempting
Meaning
yourself
like I could
from something that
being
you want to be?
Well, I didn't. If it was my choice, I wouldn't have done it.
But that's not fair because now you leave a child to be raised by your parent because you weren't capable of raising a baby.
Yeah.
So how fair is that? And every mother is not like your mother.
But I would have raised my baby.
How, Delia?
I raised the one I had.
We raised the one you had. The
We
whole
did,
village.
but even if I had that, the same way it was raised,
baby,
and everybody,
baby godmom.
and everybody did it, it would have been the same thing. Like even
It
how
wouldn't have. And everyone, you're talking
It
about
would have.
yourself. You're talking about real people in the real world that don't have help,
Let me tell you
that
something.
don't have a support system. Forget about you.
Okay, I get that. I
There's
get
so many
that.
people
Okay,
out there,
I
girls
understand
out
that
here
part.
don't have a support system. Their mother is not even supportive to them. So how
Okay,
do you
I
want
understand
them to
that
have
part.
a baby and they're not ready? The mother didn't even raise them right, and you want them to have a baby and bring another child in the world to start
Okay,
the same
I agree.
cycle?
Now I
This is a
agree.
cycle
In
that we
hindsight,
break.
I agree with that. But yet and still, if I was not forced to have an abortion, I wouldn't have.
Right, but
Even
you
that
gotta-
young, I wouldn't have.
Okay, and that's being selfish to me because my thing is
I
that
get it, but
you're
I
being
still,
selfish, and
I
everyone's
still
not
wouldn't
you.
have.
You had a mom that was there for you, and took Kali under her wings. Everyone's not like that. There's so many females out there that has nobody, and when they have a child and go through postpartum depression, a teenager, go through not being able to give that baby food, go through not knowing having nowhere to live. So you want them to struggle with this child?
You don't
because-
gotta struggle with it, but that's weak shit.
they
I've been
do.
through
It's
all
not
of that.
weak,
I've been through all that.
Delia.
Even though I had people that was there for me, that's
Delia,
weak shit.
listen,
No, that's
hello.
weak. That's
Hello.
weak.
This
That's
world
weak
is
shit.
not you. It's not weak.
It's weak.
It's not. You
It
have to
is
put yourself
weak.
in someone else's shoes, and that's
No,
what
you gotta go out there and do what you're supposed to do
No,
because you were out there
cannot.
having sex and you had that child when you were young, so you had to do what you're supposed to do.
Mind you,
I went to
and we're
school,
friends, right?
I worked, I did all
think
of that.
completely different.
I went to school. I would get up, I would
But
I would
that's-
walk,
that is
take my
not the
child
world.
to child daycare, go to school. I was smart as
That's
shit, so
not-
I
but
could go to
that's
school
not
for
the
half a
world.
day. I
But
would
it's
go to
not-
work. I would pay half the rent
She
with
had
my
a-
mom,
she
all
had-
that
she had a
shit.
support system.
Like,
People that
that's
don't
weak
have
shit if
anything.
you
It's
cannot-
not weak. How someone's raised is not weak just because someone is not taught. Like, how is it weak when you were never taught? You never watched your mom go.
Then your
and get a
mom is
job.
weak too.
No, your mom's not. It's a cycle, and until someone breaks certain cycles, it's gonna always continue until you put yourself in
Yeah.
someone else's shoes. That's why the kids are supposed to break the cycle. We're here to do better for our kids. That's why there's certain things that bother me when it doesn't happen for the child. You know what I'm saying? So don't say that people are weak because of that. You have to look at where someone come from and how their upbringing is, and that's what affect them, in the decisions they make.
Then guess what? They shouldn't be having sex.
But that's not it. People, let me tell you, the poorest countries have sex to live because that's what people do when they're poor. Look at Africa. In the poorest part of Africa, there's just babies that come because that's the one thing, that's the release of anger and energy is sex. Let's be for real. Don't let me get, scientific on you. If that's what people
Please
do.
don't get scientific
No, for
on
real.
me.
Like that's the release of your, when you're stressed, the poorest
I mean-
people have sex. You would see in income that have the less income, they have 7 kids. Why these people having kids? They can't afford the one they have. And they keep on having kids and have kids on welfare. Why are they having more kids? Because that's what you do when you don't have anything. Sex is there.
We can't not have sex.
Right, sex is there, and that's what they go to out of anger, out of rage, out of whatever, the release, whatever is pinned up inside of them, and they don't think like we shouldn't be bringing more kids in this world because we can't take care of the kids we have. Come on, like if you look at certain countries, why could you bring a baby and you don't have food to eat, and they're having babies with flies pitching on their mouths?
Yeah,
Do you think that mother don't love their kid?
Pregnant.
You know what I'm saying? They do everything to try, but they might have bread to feed their kids. It's because people are gonna have sex. They are. That's just a part of it. So their abortion should be legal because there's a lot more incidents than just being molested or
Yeah.
being
It seems like
raped.
the last case, like the Plan Z. Plan A is
Yeah.
safe,
Yeah,
safe sex,
right.
contraception.
Right.
But if it comes to it, this needs to be an option
It needs to be an option, definitely.
up until a certain
I think
month.
up to 5 months, and
Up
then the
until
option
5
should be
Adoption.
Adoption.
I can't agree with that too. No,
I
I
said
don't agree with that 5-month shit though. But I can agree that if that's the case, then it should adoption.
Adoption,
should
not,
be an
yeah.
option.
Okay, there's some agreement here.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I know
thank you so
who
much,
knows who
guys. And what was your first name?
You're welcome. Yeah, now you gotta put your name down too.
ETA.
PETA, gotcha. All right,
Yeah.
thanks you
No
guys.
problem.
All right, this was fun.
Sure.
And I'm ready for my walk. I'm trying not to.
Yeah. Have a good
look,
one.
you deflected that walk for a long time. This was more than 5 minutes over here.
Yeah, see ya. Bye. Wow. Oh my God.